Nestled between the Grand Hall of Supreme Harmony, 太和殿, and the Hall of Preserving Harmony, 保和殿, the Hall of Central Harmony may be smaller, but is definitely not to be overlooked. The name itself, 中, meaning central, and 和, meaning harmony, reflects its purpose, a place where everyone can feel valued and treated fairly. So, what happens here? Well, this is where the emperor would catch his breath before stepping into the grand ceremonies. This is also where he received worship and statements from the officials holding the celebrations. This is also where he reads the ceremonial orations inscribed on the wooden panels before participating in activities held at the Temple of Heaven, the Temple of Earth, the Altar of Land and Green, and Imperial Ancestral Temple. This is also where he checks the farm tools he used to plow with during the Temple of Agriculture sacrificial ceremonies each spring. This is also where the imperial family tree of the Qing dynasty was compiled once every decade. Now, you understand why it is indispensable. Just a stone's throw away is a Hall of Preserving Harmony, 保和殿. The number of mythical animals adorning the ridge indicates its significance. With a double gable roof featuring 9 mythical creatures and a golden throne chair at its center. This hall once hosted the imperial banquet on the eve of the Chinese New Year and the 15th of January in the Chinese lunar calendar during the Qing dynasty. Upon closer inspection, you will notice that the first row lacks 6 pillars, which creates a more open and brighter atmosphere. This architectural technique is referred to as a column reduction method, 点柱法. However, for the emperors of the Ming dynasty, this space served merely as their changing room, where they donned their robes before the grand ceremony. By 1789, this hall underwent another significant transformation. It became the venue for the court's most important examination, the palace examination, 殿试, a dream destination for all scholars. This palace examination is conducted every 3 years in spring. Here is a memorial record from a scholar who took this examination in 1905. Shang Yanliu wrote, "It was early morning, cold and damp. We, 273 scholars, waited outside the meridian gate. When the drum sounded, we all entered through the 2 side doors. It was a complicated mix of feelings, nervous yet calm. All my hard study had led to this moment. Upon entering the hall, the emperor was absent, leaving only an empty golden throne in the center. With no time to think, I have to open the paper. The table was very low and uncomfortable for writing. Most of us had brought a thin wooden panel with 4 foldable legs and a woven box. Inside the woven box was a cloth box containing all the ink, brush pens we needed. The woven box served as our chair, and the thin panel was our table. Taking a deep breath, I began to write. The examination lasted from sunrise until sunset. I felt lucky and proud to be the last of the number 3 candidates in the palace examination. I was the last 探花, as the fairest method for selecting officials in ancient times. The imperial examination lasted over 1,200 years. The examination, which took place at here in 1905, marked its conclusion. It was also the most challenging examination of that era. During the Ming and Qing dynasties, spanning over 600 years, there were no more than 208 zhuangyuan, which means the top scholar in the examination. However, it also represented a significant opportunity to change one's social class. As we wrap up our tour, it's important to note that everything we have seen so far isn't actually where the emperor lived. This house belonged to the state, or where the emperor's true home, 家, lies behind a wall that we haven't yet explored. Explore the legacy of the emperor, discover more on our next visit.